Welcome everyone. I had a student call me the other day and she said, why do you begin every video exactly the same way? Well, here's why. There are a lot of videos out there teaching you how to do different services, haircuts, highlights, lowlights, ombres, all kinds of things. That's not us. We're teaching you how to pass your test so you can get a license to then go do all those other services. And I strongly suggest watching those videos because the industry is ever changing. Styles come and styles go. One thing you can be very sure about, whatever's in style today will 100% not be in style in 10 years from now. Those of you who are old enough to think about this, look back at your pictures from high school graduation, or you're like, oh my God, I look like a fool in those pictures. But you thought you looked great. You think you look great today. 10 years from now, we're all gonna look back and go, oh my God, what was I thinking about? Okay? Styles always change. This is why I strongly encourage people to watch all those videos. But this is not those videos. This is a video to get you through your test, you can get a license, and then watch those other videos. So we assume that most of our viewers are probably seeing us for the first time, or just a few times. People aren't coming back to us 5 and 8 and 10 years later. So we always begin by saying, welcome everyone who's new. Those of you who have not subscribed, go to the bottom of the page, hit the subscribe button. You'll get notified of all new videos, and we have lots of them coming out every week. Go to our website, it's right at the bottom of the page, www.cosmetologystateboardexam.com. Once you're on that page, go down to the bottom, there's a little, on the left-hand corner, sort of a camera icon. Yeah? Just click on that, and you'll watch every Instagram video we have. And there must be 70, 80, 90 of them by this point. They're all short, 5 to 10 minutes. They deal with different issues on the state board exam. Now, today we're going to talk about a subject that people have a really hard time with. If you pass your test, you get your license. If you fail your test, most states will give you a breakdown showing you not this specific question you missed, but this subject area. You got X number of points in safety and infection control, Y number of points in chemical services, Q number of points in hair cutting, okay? They'll show you what you could have gotten, what you did get. Now, one of the sections that tends to trip most people up is called analysis. Hair, skin, and scalp. It's something that when I talk to students, and I talk to students every day who went through school, failed the test numerous times, like, I've never heard any of these things before. And why that is, I've discussed this on many other videos. Okay, the issues with schools. Okay? The schools, for the most part, dropped the ball completely. And just because you went to a big name, expensive school, and one comes quickly to mind, named after a now long deceased hairstylist, the fancy name, the high price, does not guarantee quality teaching. In fact, quite frankly, I've tended to notice the better teachers are actually not in those big schools. The better teachers tend to a lot of small private schools where they really are there to force you to learn to pass your test. They're not subscribing to some national policy set in a faraway state that doesn't really apply to your state. Now, having said all that, get out of my system, okay? Let's talk about analysis. In today's video, hair, skin, scalp analysis. To keep the video short, we're going to focus on scalp analysis. The state is going to say to you, prior to a chemical hair relaxer, you observe abrasions on your client's scalp. What should you do? They're going to give you 4 choices. 3 of them are stupid. Okay, warn your client this might hurt. Use a less intense or less strong solution. Prior to a chemical relaxer, also called sodium hydroxide, you observe abrasions on your client's scalp. What should you do? You should stop the service. That's it. Abrasions is a nice fancy term for scratches. Your client's head is all scratched up for whatever reason. Maybe some people just scratch their scalp a lot. Their scalp gets itchy. You're not going to put chemical relaxer, sodium hydroxide, on a person's head that's all scratched up with abrasions. How about this question? Prior to a ammonium thioglycolate service, you observe abrasions on your client's scalp. what should you do? You should stop the service. Ammonium thioglycolate, as we discussed in the former video, is perm solution. Ammonium thioglycolate, thio, ATG, cold wave. You're not going to put perm solution on someone's scalp all scratched up. Maybe it says, prior to a lightening service, you observe abrasions on your client's scalp. What should you do? First of all, keep in mind that the state never is going to use the word bleach. They use the word lightener or decolorizer. And whenever you see the terms lightener or decolorizer on your test, they're talking about what most people call bleach. You want to make your hair very blonde. You will need to bleach, lighten, decolorize your hair. It's all the same thing. Prior to a decolorizing service, you observe abrasions on your client's scalp. What should you do? You should stop the service. Again, you're not going to put bleach on someone's head that's all scratched up. Or the catch-all. Prior to a chemical service, any chemical service, and sometimes it's as simple as that. Prior to a chemical service, you observe abrasions on your client's scalp. What should you do? You should stop the service. So there you go. How many ways to ask the same question? Chemical service, permanent wave, thio, ATG, cold wave, hair color, lightener, decolorizer. I just gave you 8 ways to ask the same exact question. And those of you who've taken the test repeatedly have seen these and know what I'm saying is true. Those of you who don't believe what I'm saying is true is because you haven't taken the test several times. Give yourself time. Or don't give yourself time. Get our book, 760-534-4434, www.cosmetologystateboardexam.com, and pass you a test the very next time you take it.